Hello everybody, I am JayLeonardJ, and today we are checking out the Wong Compressor by Wampler. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you watch this page, I'm pretty sure you know how much I love to get poppy, how I love to get funky, and how I love to get compressed. And oh, when I get a compressor on the bench, I get excited. And not just any compressor, but it is a signature compressor by one of the funkiest, poppiest guys out there. This is the Cory Wong Compressor, a beautiful collaboration between Wampler and pretty much going to be Hall of Fame guitar player of all time, Cory Wong, one of my personal favorites here. It does have a really simple layout, and it also has a lovely boost circuit based off of the Eric Clapton kind of boost guitar, that little preamp thingy he has. You can go flat, or you can add a little bit of a mid boost, add some really cool qualities to it. And on top of that, you can go direct to the board. For all of you people that don't want to deal with the amp and you want that pristine studio dry into the like setup console kind of sound. So what I'm going to do today is I am going to play this thing. I'm going to use it with my Friedman Vintage S guitar. I'm going to play it into this Tone King Imperial. We'll play with some of the different boosts and a lot of the compression and poppy kind of sounds of it. And then at the very end, I'm going to go direct to the board. I'm going to go into the console and I'm going to actually dial in some direct guitar sounds so we can see exactly how we can dial us in to make our guitars sound just super, super cool. So that's it. Let's plug in, have ourselves some fun. Well, we are all wired up and ready to go. We have a couple things here. This is where the XLR stuff is. This is the compression on, and it keeps it on all the time, no matter what I do with that foot switch. We'll turn that off. We have our boost section, which we'll deal with later. Let's start off with compression. Sustain, tone, blend from dry to full effect of tack and volume. This is the guitar in the amp on its own. That sounds pretty good, but let's make it better. Wong Compressor. Lovely, lovely. Let's hear what that compressor is really doing. I'm going to turn the blend all the way up so we hear just that compression. So what we're going to do is let's play with the tone. I like to add just a little bit. It's a very subtle knob. I just like to add a little bit up top. Lovely, and we have attack. An attack, we can go from a slow, punchier kind of attack. Let's see that one. And then something a little squisher. Hear it all the way up again. And then all the way down. So very, very subtle both with the tone and the attack knob. It's just really for dialing it in microly, but I like to go like a little bit slower and I like to go a little bit brighter. And then I get the blend to make it sound natural. That blend really comes in handy if you're one of those cats that just wants more sustain, but you want to keep a natural attack. So what you can do is you could turn the blend more towards the dry, so the attack of your sound is nice and tight, but then I could turn up that sustain and give myself more sustain. So we have a nice, like neutral sounding attack with a little bit more tail. Let's add some boost now. Now let's go add the mids knob, or the mids control. So I add more mids by flicking this over. It just makes it sound more aggressive. A little bit of gain, so I'm gonna go like more on the dry side here and then add a little bit more sustain and then add it with gain. You can see how that mids really does a cool effect. We're gonna turn this off. And let's hear what it sounds like with that boost. So You like it's good for you cats out there that like the Klon kind of style thing, or you want like just what do you call it, the king of tone. You just want the compression, but it being real natural with just a touch of mids. This is a really great kind of alternative to that. The last little secret that this pedal has up its sleeve is the fact that it has a built-in DI box. So instead of going into the amp, we can actually go direct to the console. So right now, I have this plugged into my preamp of my little console. So you're gonna hear just the direct, dry sound of my guitar, and it sounds kind of like this. That is about as naked as it gets. I did put some reverb so you can hear just a touch of it. But it has definitely a direct to the board kind of sound. There's no coloring, there's no preamp. So what we can do is we could actually turn on the compressor and we could use the attack knob, we could use the sustain to give us a little bit of that tactile sensation, that sensation of like, you know, the filter caps in an amp discharging and refilling, that pull, that sag, to make things a lot more tactile and fun to play. So this is it, the Wong compressor on with my direct dry signal. And that is the Wong compressor by Wampler. Well, that is it. That is the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe to the page if you haven't done so already. Check out the links in the description below. And if you want to hear my review on the Wong compressor, check it out on Patreon. I do all my reviews on Patreon, sponsored by the Patreon supporters, and all my demos and tutorials. All that other stuff is right here on YouTube. My question for you is, how do you like to use your compressor? Is it a boost pedal for you? Is it a clean funk pedal for you? Is it a chicken picking pedal for you? Or do you use it just to give you a little bit of that amp sag if you have a very sterile solid state amp? Write it in the comments section below. That being said, I'll see you all soon. Take care and goodbye.